Good morning, everyone. This is Nousheen Mukhtar, and you're watching the Business Excellence Show. It's a wonderful morning with bright sunshine, and Burak loved his walk to the hotel today. So, before we start, I want to talk about a few things that are stressful for many of you, and the things that you can talk to us today during the show. The first thing first is that a lot of people must be stressed about their visa issues, about their employment issues, about their salaries and things like that, about looking for new jobs. So you can definitely talk about the role of spiritual intelligence in helping you cope with them. You can also talk about your values and belief system, how it can support you during tough times. You can also ask us questions related to social intelligence and how it can help you cope with situations and why you really need it. Your participation, as always, in the show matters the most. So stay tuned and stay with us for longer time. And here is my friend Flemming Rontved. He's going to share more insights with us today, and we're going to have a good show. First up, I know Christmas is coming and you're all in party mood, so Merry Christmas in advance to everybody who's watching this show, because when we come next week, we'll already be post Christmas. So, welcome to the show, Fleming. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm great. I took my beach walk this morning, enjoying the sun, doing my squats, and everything. So yeah, a Merry Christmas to everybody. It's only what is it, 2022? So 2 days more, then we got gifts. And
Yes,
wonderful to see
definitely.
you.
A very good morning to Ansar Ali. Good to see you too. And a very good morning to Hidayat Khan. Very good to see you here. So,
Yeah,
Fleming, what is spiritual intelligence and social intelligence, and why do we need it?
you can say that we have been through intelligence. Wow. We have been through intelligence, and there is 5 levels, in my opinion. We have the physical, we have the social intelligence with all the blocks and the blind spots and all that kind of stuff. Then we have the emotional, which is to energize our body, and then we have the mental, which is 98% that when we are born, and at least up to 85, up to 5 years old, and then we are starting being putting in a box, and then, we have convergent thinking, always find the right answer based on the past. And then we go to the spiritual, which we are today. But the spiritual is actually a combination. You can say that the IQ is the mindset. You can say that the EQ is the heart, your heart. You're energizing others. You can say that you need to clean up your pain, your sadness, your disappointment, your traumas, all that kind of stuff. If you still wear them as a yoke, I would say that maybe you're pushed down. Sorry for
Yeah,
I'm very body oriented or body language. Uh,
yeah.
then you have your P, your well-being, your health. You can't become establish your legacy if you're dead. So we
Oh, yeah,
also need,
of course. How
you
can
need
you if you're dead?
you need to focus on that too. And then we have the soul. I would say the soul is the combination of everything. That's why you connect to what I think is or what I observed or what I in working with leadership for the last 10 years is that when we connect our thought with the universe, the quantum, the
Okay.
field, and we put in positivity, we put in good pictures, we put in of where we want to be in the future, standing on hope.
Yeah.
It could be. For me, it's standing on hope. For many leaders I engage, it's standing on hope. Uh, for them to move out of the blind spots, the blocks, the social intelligence, the conditioned limited belief, the conformity. You see, legends to establish your legacy, it's just you can look at Nelson Mandela and others, it's just normal people stepping out of the crowd, thinking differently, having the courage to think differently, doing the same, doing different things, and so on and so on. So one of the things we could focus on today was courage. I know you landed when you were 32 here in the UAE.
No,
With a
no. I came to UAE when I was 29.
oh, 29. Yeah. But then you had a salary at 32. You just posted on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
And with that salary, little bit of money, you had the courage to step out and connect with the universe and connect with your passion. And you can say the soul is the character. The soul is authenticity,
yeah,
integrity.
it is.
And that's where people may misunderstand us. But because we have the courage to step out and focus on character, you would never be where you are today if you didn't have character.
Exactly. So it comes from courage, it comes from character, it comes from inside.
Yes, it does. It actually does. It comes from your inside. The moment everything inside of you change, everything outside you change. Your
Yeah.
mental power, building, you can say, building relationship, connecting with the right people. When you
Okay.
found your core, uh, you can say people who actually found their quiet zone. And what is taking away what is noise? What is noise for you? Distractions. As I said, you wake up in the morning with a super good idea. You
Yeah.
may be dreaming a lot of things, and here you got this super good idea, and then life intrudes. You lost it
Yeah.
because
So
you're
so
not in
what
your
can
flow.
my question, what can be the distractions? What can be the noise? What contributes to the noise that distracts you from focusing on your inner strengths and building upon them?
I would say that your mobile phone is stealing your wealth. It's stealing your fortune. It's stealing everything. It's interrupting you all the time. It
Okay.
may do. One of the things, I just bought a new computer and I decided notifications, I don't want that on my computer.
Yeah.
Every time I get a notification, oh, I got a Facebook like. Oh, I got somebody likes me on LinkedIn. Wow. It takes me a lot. I need to go and then I lost my idea. I lost my flow,
Yeah.
distractions. So I would say that if I want to be in the flow, I would find my 20%. If I go for a conference or whatever, I go in,
Yeah.
there's 100 people, and I want prospects. I can't access all of them. But if I started listening and following my gut feeling, where are the good vibrations? Where are the people I need to connect with? Because there's only, if there's 100, there's only 20 I need to meet.
Exactly. You cannot connect with all 100 of them. And even if you
No,
try,
and even of those 20 with the good vibrations, I need to be selective. I need
exactly.
to be conscious aware, who do I want to connect with? Who have the same dream or who can lift and build me up? The same, as I said again, the same if you go into a room or if you're in a room and you're the most clever guy in the room, you need to
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
You need to have best practice. You need to have people who are much more intelligent surrounding you than you are.
Then you are. Absolutely, I agree with you. I like your point that you need to understand what other people can actually help you with, how they can uplift you.
Yeah, how, if you're engaging with a person here, how would that, first of all, you're equal. That's another part you need to put into your system, that you have the confidence and the courage to be equal with everyone you meet.
Okay.
Sunday morning, sitting on the in the bathroom with the newspaper on the knees, we are exactly the same. There's no difference.
Exactly.
So equality. But there are people who think they're high and mighty. So if I access them and they think they're very high and mighty, then I don't need to access them.
Because the high and mighty will be out of reach and they will not contribute towards your development. They will always be
No,
thinking high and mighty.
and maybe the reason for them being high and mighty is that they have inferiority. So,
Okay.
so no matter what, they will never ever build and lift you up.
Yeah.
It will not work.
It
So,
will
so
not work. You will not have that connection that you need to have in order to grow with them.
no, there's no growth because this person sees himself high and mighty, and he sees you as, not something he can use, if you can follow what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I have,
we have a
yep,
question here that I would like to show
please.
before it is too late. Sagar is asking what are other factors that affect social intelligence?
When we're focusing on social intelligence, which is the inheritance from your parents, the inheritance from the school, the you can say authorities, doctors. We're brought up to think that the doctor is having the authority, and if he
Right.
tells you that you're sick, you believe him, and then he may say you got cancer, you got 3 months. I said that before. You got 3 months to live. Did he predict your death, or did he know? 3 months
Yeah, he
later,
did.
you die,
Yeah.
and he found that he had taken the wrong trial and giving you a
Okay.
wrong belief. That's
Yeah.
that that's not good. But social intelligence is, you can say some of them are good. Those are automated thoughts. 17% of those are negative, automated negative thoughts, and we call them in psychology. Um, those may not serve you. When you go to the school, you're put in a box, you need to find the right answer all the time.
Right.
You're put in a box, but it's all what you learn in school is all a record of the past. So it's culture. But is culture 15 years ago or mine, is that serving me today? Besides, I'm coming with a Danish culture. Does that serve me in the Middle East? Absolutely not. I'm very direct, and not all people like that. So what I learned is to listen.
Yeah.
In the moment I listen, I learn. In the moment we listen, and again, I said it before, the sign here, see me, see me, see me, I want to impress. So we're actually never listening because we want to tell people that we can do something. That's how we are built, brought up. That's again an inheritance from our parents. In the moment you can relax and say, you know what, I am special, I'm unique, and go in and find your passion. The moment you find your passion, what happens when you find your passion? So then we're in a flow. But the part here is that the question was social intelligence. So when you got an idea, oh, maybe they'll laugh at me. Oh, maybe they'll ridicule me. Oh, what will other people think? Oh, the
About
largest prison in the world is the prison of what other people think. The thing is that other people don't think a lot because 15 minutes after the conversation, they forgot half of it.
and they're too busy in their own selves and in their own lives to think about you all the time.
They don't think about me. No, no. They have a lot of things they need to think about.
Yeah.
So when we are in social intelligence, I'm so busy, busy, busy. That's because but there are a lot of things I'm busy with, which may not bring me forward. Maybe I'm climbing the wrong Mount Everest. Have you ever thought of that? Every time I call people, oh, I'm so busy, busy, busy. Busy with what?
Yeah.
Sorry, but what are you busy with? Because if you find your 20%, according to Pareto principle, if you find your 20%, you can take away the 80. As I said, if you go into a room at a conference, where are your prospects? Who do you want to connect with? Find the good
Right.
vibrations. And then
Yeah.
there's only 5 in the room out of the 100 who's actually would bring you forward. The same at your workplace, the same with your friends.
Exactly. So you choose the people you want to be with,
I
and
choose
that's a part of
consciously
your social
who I want to,
intelligence.
yes, because I want to take away distractions, noise, excuses, blame, who's all there and confusing me. There's no fulfillment, there's no balance.
Hmm.
And don't be scared of, if I'm an entrepreneur, I need clients, I need clients, I need clients. What if you get the wrong
Yeah.
client? I would say that the woman is absolutely right. I would just change empathic to compassionated.
Okay. So
Empathic,
we need to be
compassionated.
compassionate. Yeah.
In compassionated, you have me taking action, helping people. You don't necessarily have that in empathic. If I'm compassionate, I'm sympathizing with you. I'm understanding you. I'm not necessarily feeling what you're feeling. Because if I'm feeling what you're feeling, I can't bring you forward. When I'm engaging with I've been engaging with a lot of C-suite leaders.
Yeah.
If I step in, I need to step in and understand where they are. First,
Right.
they'll tell me, "There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me."
That is their barrier. That's the barriers that they put up to be in the
I don't
safety
know.
zone.
I don't know why I got a coach or a mentor or a thinking partner. Because there's nothing wrong with me. This is the first thing. But of course, there's nothing wrong with you because if I would not be sitting here if there was something wrong with you. Then you would get fired. I'm sitting here because your company believes in you. They
Yes.
believe you have so much more to give, but you may not have. Yeah, you may not have the clarity, and we need to step out of emotional clutter,
Okay.
social intelligence, and
How
go
do we
in.
manage? How do we manage the clutter? How do we manage? How do we
How,
filter?
how,
Give us a process, Fleming.
yes, because it's a process of turning your scars to stars. Uh, why am I doing what I'm doing? I was brought up in a small home in Denmark, and I was a bank leader in the bank.
Yeah.
It was not at all me.
And you
I was
remained
on the
into
wrong
banking
shelf.
for most of your life, right?
That was 45 years. But when I'm engaging with C-suite leaders, they are blocked and locked up because they may follow their moms and dad's dreams. They ended up in the wrong shelf because they followed the norms of culture, the norms of society. In Denmark, I know them, and other places, but it's mostly the same because you need an education, and mom and dad may decide your education. I got a guy who ended on the wrong shelf. It was not interesting for him. He was a living death at the age of 45, sitting in a C-suite, a large international company,
Yeah.
because he was used to be managed. He was used to be told.
Yeah.
And it took me 25 hours to bring him out of that and actually access his inner core. Uh, the thing is that you need, your father is a doctor or your whatever, and you need to go in the footsteps. Then at the age of 25, you need to get married. And then you need to have two children. And then you need to have a house. And then you need to have two cars. Where are you now? Where are you now? Sorry for asking the question. Where are you? Where have you put yourself?
I'm not going to answer this today.
Good. You put yourself in jail.
Yeah. Because if you keep on conforming, you end up with being less of yourself and more of what people and the society want you to be.
Yes, you compromised your inner core. You compromised your inner
Exactly.
self.
So that's not you, Larry. That's not you. And you're not going to find your light. You're not going to use your light to show you the path, and you're lost.
No, because I can, when I have a speaker event, I'm asking, do you have a dream? Do you have a vision? And 5 people out of 100 is putting up, yeah, I got it, I got it. We are never in our, we are having so much distraction.
Yes. We are so being used to, like, we are so used to being told what to do and where to be and what to think that we are
Yes,
lost.
we are
We
so
don't know.
used.
Yeah. So Fleming, even when I'm out there with a lot of people in a mob where I'm speaking, many people say you are constantly talking about finding your passion.
Yes,
I don't know what my passion is, and I don't even know how to find it. So this is a common statement I get from the audience. And
yes,
even right now, Samira is sitting right across me and waving and saying, I don't know my passion too. See? So that's the
how,
problem.
yes, but how to find your passion? We actually have a system. It's very, very easy. And we can easily do a workshop if you can find the client, how to find your passion. It's been used by, you can say, hundreds of millions of people all over the world, invented by Janet Atwood. And it's very simple. It's not difficult to find your passion.
It
We
isn't.
also have others, goal mapping, self mapping, and stuff like that, where we go in, but all the answers is within you. I don't have the answer. When I'm coaching, I can't give you the answers. Even though you want the answers, I'm not going to give them to you because if I did that, it would not be yours. You
Exactly.
just managed once again. But if you're looking at the social intelligence, you're managed. Your creativity is 98% and 0 to 7. And then you're managed. Your parents is managing you, telling you a lot of things, putting a lot of culture inside of you. Then you go to school and be told what to think and rewarded for what you know. You're put in a box and we're only working with the past. Now, you need to find the right answers all the time. As a leader, you need to find the right answers. You may have the direction, but you may not have the right answers. If you go into the boardroom with your assumptions and your impatience, you're not finding the right answers. You may find but that's not may not work. So if we don't have a thinking partner, a mentor, or surrounded by people more intelligent, we're never growing. So spiritual intelligence is actually most about listening and finding your 20%, as I said, and take away the excuses and blame. If you think about it, how much excuses and blame do you meet every single day? Sorry,
Oh, a
I'm
lot of
asking.
from a lot of people, a lot of people. Uh, Too
And
many
most of
excuses and
those are
blames.
negative. Is that
Yeah,
right? It's all
yeah,
negative.
they are negative. Yes, and they use, like, what I feel is 98% of the people around us in our normal life are making use of excuses and complaints to answer issues that they are unable to handle. And
So
even
they're
if those
you.
issues are created by them, they're still making use of complaints and let's say excuses to understand and to convince even themselves that they are not the ones to
You touched the right
blame.
word here. Convince yourselves. Good.
Exactly.
So what we are meeting, me and you and other, you can say, hopeful people standing on love, is convince people that are convinced of that they'll never reach their dreams, they'll never establish their vision, they'll never do their mission.
Yeah.
What do you think they want to put on you? Because if you succeed, it will show that they didn't. So of course they don't want you to succeed anymore because it will show their lack.
Yeah.
So conditioned limited beliefs from others. If I'm really, this is a great idea, then you have 98% saying this is totally insane. And that's where we need to put in the cure. The cure is actually to listen and to communicate. The cure is to understand that in contribution, we'll have a collective gain. In compassionate, to be compassionated, we'll have a collective gain that will
Yeah,
bring the company forward, or
sure.
my startup business, or my family.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a question here, Fleming, that is
Yeah.
interesting and it relates to what we're talking about. So I will show it now. Hidayat Khan says, what are the effects of self-esteem on social intelligence?
The effect of self-esteem on social intelligence. That means confidence. What will happen? We actually know that. We've been working with 1.7 million. You set, what is it, set generation? And we also know that 71% of millennials, Gen Y, is thinking that everybody wants to take advantage of them. Only 10% of Gen Y is trusting other people. So in the moment we got the cure that self-esteem will change society. Because when we have the self-esteem, the confidence, the cure is to follow our vision. What will happen when you follow vision? You start changing the world. Humans are not evolving automatically because they're walking in a crowd. Think about a chicken yard and a chicken losing feathers. Where will that chicken be in 14 days? Not even 14 days, 7 days. If you have a chicken yard with 100 chickens, and one of those chickens is starting losing feathers, there will be a red spot on this white chicken. Where will that chicken be in 1 week?
Do you think more people will get the same?
Where will that chicken be in 1 week? It'll be dead because everybody is picking on it. That was what we
Yeah.
talked about before. So in
He
the
will be
moment you
worse
got,
off. He
if
will
the
be
moment
worse
you,
off.
yeah, the moment you got self-esteem and step out of the crowd, what will happen for you? What are
You
you
will be
facing
better off.
now? What?
You'll be better off. You will
Yes, you
think
will be. Will you be
you
better
will think
off?
healthy.
It,
You will think
yes,
healthy because you
you.
pulled yourself
Yeah.
out of negative environments.
The moment you step out, you got the self-esteem to step out. You're now facing the 99 chickens who's picking on you. So you need to have a lot of courage right now because you really want to do your passion.
Yeah.
You'll have people
Uh,
throwing stones at you. So
no, pulling yourself out is also a self-defense strategy, isn't it? Like you're
it's not
saying no to those
self-defense.
99. You're saying
It's
no to
still
99 people because you want to be in a better situation.
it's building your legacy. You're now starting building your legacy. You're now starting stepping out of the crowd, but you're facing a lot of resistance because you're no longer like everybody else.
Okay.
So you need to be strong,
All right.
which you have because you have self-esteem. That was the reason for you stepping out. But don't imagine that life becomes a lot easier. The moment you succeed, you got a lot of people clapping your back and saying, "Wow, you did wonderful." That was all the people who were pointing at you the moment you stepped out.
Yeah, so here is one comment that goes with it. It is vital to be courageous and break norms and expectations set by family pressure society.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. To be in that tribe by taking those actions affects our social intelligence, its consequence, uncontrollable blocks and challenges to our passion and ambition. So I'm going to the blocks question now to show
Yes.
everybody. All right. So the question is, how does spiritual and social intelligence coordinate with beliefs and values and boundaries and help us overcome blocks and blind spots?
You can say, for me, spiritual intelligence, I'm a believer.
Yeah, okay.
But values is a navigator system for me. In the moment I have boundaries, I will always be the same. I'm not going up and down in emotions. I people knows my reactions because they knows my boundaries.
Yeah.
They knows my value. They knows my integrity. They know my character because character is also a part of boundaries. So it will be easy for people to access me because I'm connected to the universe. I know I always have the best in front of me. I'm standing on hope, and that means that my life can only improve. But for me and for the leaders I've been working with is to step over that boundary and if over that block and say, you know what, I want to stand on values. I'm not emotionally driven. I'm not emotionally decision maker. And that's difficult for leaders. And yet it's not difficult if we're working in an organization and we're taking the vision, the mission, the values off the wall and planting them in the heart of the people, because it's a navigating system, like boundaries, like Six-Side Road. How do I need to navigate on Six-Side Road?
Yeah.
It's easy. Everybody understands it, and yet there are people who don't. But that's how it is. So boundaries is a very, very good tool, and it's everything becomes a lot easier because you actually make regulation rules, navigation systems. Can you follow what I'm saying? Do you are you with me or
Yes, 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 with you, definitely with you. So if there is no system, there are no rules and boundaries, you will go haywire. Everything will be haywire.
yeah,
You will have issues.
if we're looking at society, 98% you said before is excuses and blame out there. That's is that the navigation system of the world? Then I really don't. Then I really need to step out because excuses and blame is you pointing at other people or you pointing at other stuff. The things you
Yeah.
can't do anything about. You can't change the weather, but you can complain about it and you can use it as an excuse or you can blame it, but you can't change it. Just put on the right clothes. It's a lot easier. If you put on the right clothes, the weather is no longer an enemy or no longer a problem for you.
Yeah.
If I as a leader take my quiet time and I'm having my 20% surrounding me and give those 20% the same opportunity with their 20%, which gives their 20% and la la la, then you're reaching everybody in the organization on the right level of intelligence, on the right level now. So I'm not getting a lot of excuses and blame anymore because I'm now focusing on what I am good at. And
Yeah.
maybe I have even recognized what I can do and only I can do because I consulted my leaders.
There is. Yeah, you're right, Fleming. There
Absolutely
is.
right. That's one of the things. If you are objective or you're having curiosity, what is happening when you're standing on curiosity and no judgment?
Your curiosity will help you move forward. And if you
Yeah,
stay,
yeah, speak.
yeah, it will help you grow because you will be probing and finding new answers and finding new things.
Where does your judging come from?
Your judgment comes from the rules and boundaries that perhaps you have and are also decided by the world you're
Yeah, yeah.
living in. So it's you and the world you live in together
Yeah. So what
that
do you
create
learn in
judgments.
school? You're constantly judging in school because you need to find the right answer. So when we're judging, we have convergent thinking. We don't
Yeah.
use our imagination anymore. And it comes from parents, it comes from culture, it comes from society, it comes
It
from
comes.
school. So stop
Yes.
judging. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's give it a little bit more depth. How do we overcome blocks and blind spots? I think, let me start. I think very strong. You cannot overcome anything until and unless you acknowledge there is a problem. So you can
Ah,
overcome blocks and blind spots if you know there are blocks and blind spots. So first up, sit with yourself and discover your blocks and blind spots.
the moment you accept yourself and all your flaws, you do not need the acceptance of others.
Yeah.
But what happens at the moment you accept your flaws and everything, you actually observe your blind spots and your blocks because now you have accepted yourself. And that
Hmm.
means that when people are pointing at you, it's not hurting you. You're not taking things personal because now you know yourself. You accepted yourself exactly where you are. You have the full acceptance of you right now, right here. So when people starting pointing fingers at you, when people start judging you, actually they're not telling anything about you, but let's park that. They may, they may, that's why I love my enemies. I love my enemies.
Why
Why?
is it important to love your enemies, Fleming? Why is it
Yes, but
important
the
to love
part
your
is that
enemies?
my friend does not necessarily pinpoint my, you can say, blind spots. My
Okay.
enemies will.
Oh, all right.
So listen again. But as a, you can say, my enemies will judge me, and there may be a little bit truth in that judgment. Then I'll consult my friends and ask, hello, somebody told me this and this and this. Is that right or wrong? And then we have a debate. Can you see? We now have a conversation and a debate,
Yeah.
and then I become more intelligent. But my friends do not necessarily bring up my blind spots because they're scared of losing the friendship.
Okay.
The other part is that we have 26 tools focusing on blind spots and beliefs and blocks, LIFO, DISC, you name them, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
2,000 years old research where you can go a psychometric assessment, but do you ever read the psychometric assessment? No, you don't. You get the report, it's long and you may not understand it. So,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
so we have a lot of opportunities, but the common one is access your friend and say, you know what, I'm thinking of my blind spots. Do you see
Yeah.
any? Are there some areas I can improve? So
And
this
it's
is
important
easy.
for your friends to help you in this.
Of
Otherwise, what are
course.
they here for?
And the part is that when your friend gives you them to you, don't take it
Yeah.
personal. You asked yourself and you wanted to improve.
Yeah.
So he's just
Yeah.
bringing something up that you can actually start changing. I was sitting in a room with we had a workshop in a large company, and then we were exactly talking about blind spots. And there was a guy saying, "I don't have any blind spots." And then I said, "Is
So
that right to the 27 other people?" No.
no,
And the
no.
GM was sitting there too. And
Okay.
what we concluded was that, you know what? Let's bring it up. We can only improve the culture, the environment. We can break down the walls. Let's start
Exactly.
focusing on blind spots. So we actually start helping each other. And that team improved a lot because now they have the curiosity and the help. I don't, that's another thing. People don't want to be helped.
Oh yeah. The moment you tell them, it's going to be, you will
I want to
see
help
a
you.
lot of
I don't know. I can take care of
big barriers.
myself.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to
Yeah.
change your
You're right.
friends if they can't tell you what's wrong. Absolutely. But how many people, Mr. Nauman Vahid, how many people are telling you the truth? I will tell you that if you give me my telephone, if I take your telephone, there is 80% of your connections I can take away because they are not your friends. They may drink your energy.
Yeah.
Again, excuses and blame. We can go back. You said they tried 98% you're meeting every single day. So excuses and blame. In my company in Denmark, I will say if I'm finding a challenge, I would say I don't need your excuses. I just need your improvement.
Yes.
We have a problem. We have a challenge, and all your excuses is just waste of my time. It's not bringing anything forward. Absolutely, Samina. It's very good to have
Friends who will
good,
tell you, yeah, and help you
yeah,
grow.
good vibrations surrounding you. You can feel that. The other part, if we're standing a little bit on excuses and blame, actually, when you make an excuse or you make a blame, you know
Yeah.
it's not the truth. People knows it's not the truth. What are you losing right now? Trust.
Yeah.
And what is the fundament of happiness, well-being, or a good culture? Trust. And trust is very fragile. So in the moment you stand on excuses and blame, you're teaching yourself and you're lying to others, just that you are aware of it.
Now, my next question: what makes you and keeps you an average person? Do you think that if you have good social intelligence and spiritual intelligence, you will no longer be an average person? Answer this, Fleming.
You see, as I said, people with a legacy, look at them.
Okay.
You have many people, or I don't think you have a lot of people with a legacy, but those people just thought differently, did
Okay.
different things, and was standing. They were going. Jobs was going into his flow. He was going into his quiet zone. So what is your blocks? As I said before, the largest prison in the world is the prison of what other people think. The average people, we have our amygdala, fight and flight. In that we have, you can say, social needs. We have survival. We have food and reproduction. Social needs. Take 15 people, 25 people, put them in a room. 15 minutes later, you got the alpha hand. Are you familiar with the word alpha hand? You
No.
found the leader. It comes by itself. And then 15 minutes later, 25 people who don't know each other. Just put them in a room. 15 minutes later, you got the leader.
Yeah.
So you need to step out of the crowd. You need, as I said, one of the points we touched earlier was passion. You're having you, you're having the question passion. You need to find the passion. How do I need to find my how do I find my passion? We don't know because we're never going into quiet zone. We are busy all the time. Maybe climbing the wrong Mount Everest. When I'm been working with C-suite leaders or leaders in general, they just follow. They just been managed. They never asked the question: what is my passion? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What do I really want to do? What is my wish? You go into that when you find your wife or husband. When you fall in love, you become conscious aware. When you fall in love with a woman or a man, you become conscious aware. You focus on what do they like, which kind of food, what flowers, what colors. You're really paying attention. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
But
just
in the
trying to
moment,
understand how you're connecting this. So go
you
on
are,
and let me see.
yes, you need to be in love. You need to be in love with yourself. You need to know yourself. When the moment you're dating, you know all about the person you're dating.
Yeah.
Everything, you're really paying conscious attention. So, in the moment you got married, what happened?
I'm not going to answer.
Now I own my partner. Now she is no more important. Now I can focus on my work or my car or my, and then life intrudes. And you're no longer paying attention. And the part here is about knowing yourself. Because now you can to your partner show behavior and she will confront you and you will conflict and you will deny that you ever did this or that because you're not even aware of you did this or that. You don't see it. So fall in love with self. Find out what is it I really want. Have we ever asked that question? Have you ever asked? You did at 32 years old. What is it I want?
Yes.
So have we as average people asked that question? No, we're just following the
No.
crowd. The
Many
people
people
who
don't.
ask the question, the people who ask the question can start reflecting, learning, improving, growing themselves, and connect with their emotions and
Yes.
emotional intelligence, connect with the universe, and that means that you at least use half an hour a day to meditate.
Yeah, and
All
it is.
meditation,
And it is certainly possible to connect all facets of yourself, have everything tuned into your core so that you are
absolutely,
100% whole and living a fulfilled life.
yes. But mindfulness meditation, but that mindfulness meditation is just becoming familiar with. It's the meaning of the words. It's two fancy words. Oh, I can't meditate. Oh, I can't do mindfulness. But mindfulness meditation is just becoming familiar with. When I'm walking at the beach in the morning, I become familiar with my 4 points, you can say my IQ, my mindset, my heart. I'm letting go of my sadness, my pains, my scars, my disappointments, my traumas. I'm
Yeah.
focusing on my well-being. Everything in your body is connected.
I have a
That means,
comment I want to show, Fleming. So let's pause a
yeah.
little bit. All right. Noman is saying,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's why,
so,
absolutely right. But that's why
yeah.
you need to make a conscious decision that I want to use 15 to 20 minutes every morning connecting with myself,
Yeah.
to plan my day, to find out what is it I can do, what is it I need to recognize what I can do, only I can do, and then I need to find out where I'm good, really good, what I'm
Yeah.
really good at. When people comes back and tell me, "Wow, you did amazing," then I am now rewarded with emotional, spiritual, mental energy.
Yeah.
Can you follow what I'm just doing 3 hours now? Recognize, return, and reward. Now I got the energy. And the moment I got the energy, I will start, growing and I've got more power. It's like you're working with a muscle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. I always like this muscle example a lot. It,
So quiet time. I met another guy. He was very well connected to the government here.
yeah.
And he said, because I told him, why don't you take your telephone Thursday and just park it at the office? Sunday, when you come back, because you have Friday and Saturday off, look at it. And when I met him, he said, you know what? I got 120 messages and so on, but only one was important. So,
Why you
so,
stopped?
so, what?
Why you stopped?
No, no, only one was important. Out of 120, he got so much rubbish that only one was actually something he needed to pay attention to. He
Yeah.
had the most perfect, wonderful. Now I can go back to haha guy. I can't remember his
Mm-hmm.
name because he has a wife, he has kids, and it was the best weekend he ever had for a long time
Yeah.
because he left his distraction at office. Uh, Other people, I can ask the question when I'm saying, when was the last time you dated your wife? When was the last time you had quality family time? When was the last time you observed your kid and played with your kid? All your work is taking your time all the time.
Yeah.
What can you do? I would say, what can you do? What is always happening for you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nobody who wants to take responsibility. I have a team of 15 people and they're parking everything on my table when the decision needs to be made. So then you're going to die, I said to him. You're going to die. What will happen when you die? You get a heart attack or a
You
brain
go.
something.
Yeah. And you
It's the
go.
company. What will happen with your family? What will happen with
Yeah.
your wife and your kid? Is the company going to take care of them?
If it is a good one, to
Yeah,
an extent.
yeah. So if in the moment you start delegating with authority, which I'm doing to you, you have not yet learned it always because I'm saying, you know what, you're the master in this area. I delegate it to you, so you just do what you want to do. I know that when I delegate to you, it's the best because I
Thank
have
you.
no experience in what you're doing, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my time into that. But we are so unsecure that even if we delegate, we will control.
We want to control. Yeah. It's so true. And you know
So,
what?
so
In such a situation, when a person doesn't uh, want to let go of control, at least some of control, they are stressing themselves, and they are intentionally going for the blocks. They are not setting themselves free, and that
no,
anxiety will take over them. That's the thing.
yeah, the anxiety, the fear. The thing is that in the old times, we had the tiger running after us when we were running
Yeah.
around with the club in the jungle. And then we saw a tiger, wow, then we escaped and crawled a tree. Today, we invented so much anxiety. Today, we have invented so much anxiety. There's so much to be scared of.
True. There's so much to
And
worry about.
yes, but would our worry, does that change anything?
It affects our peace, mental health, emotional health, and
It
physical
affects our
health.
balance and our clarity.
Yeah, and if it takes away a lot of our happiness as well.
Yeah, I delegate to you and you do stuff and great. That's good. I don't need to pay attention there in this area. I delegate to others. And I believe that, especially because it's conscious choice who I want to
Yeah,
engage with, I believe that when I have delegated to people, I don't need to pay attention anymore. If the client comes back and say, you know what, this was a very bad job you made. Oh, that was Peter and Paul doing that. You need, I need to fire them. No, you know what? I'm so sorry to hear. What was it exactly that was bad? What is it that you're not satisfied with? It is my problem, and I promise you, I'm going to improve. But you need to tell me exactly what is it you're complaining about.
yeah,
Then we'll have a dialogue, a communication. If you buy something in a shop, you buy something in a fancy shop, you buy a new dress or whatever, and you have a zipper in the back and it's broken the first time you use it. What are you going to do?
Can you repeat the question once more, please?
Yes, you're buying a very expensive dress, and it and first time you use it, the zipper is broken.
I'm going to
What are
go
you
back
going to
and talk about the quality of the product I bought
good?
and see if they can
How
help me
how
with this.
how are you received? How are you received?
They will receive me, of course, with an apology and they will offer help and support to fix things for me so that I'm satisfied. This is
Good.
expected behavior.
This is the way things needs to be done. I have met many people who really needs to blow themselves up because they are not used to complain. And when they go for the shop, they meet people who doesn't care about their complaints. And then you're
Yeah,
having a conflict. You're not
conflict, yes.
connecting. So this is how things usually are in some parts of the world. And that's why we may not have a dialogue. What you explained was a dialogue, and the business you bought the dress from was actually happy that you came back and told them they made a mistake because then they
Yeah,
could improve it.
of course.
This is the ideal, but is that how what the world works?
It does these days, everybody wants their customers to be happy so that they keep coming to them. So I
Okay,
believe that most of the companies are going to help and say, yes, we
okay,
are here to
great.
offer you support.
Oh, wonderful, right?
Okay, we have a question.
Yes,
It's Shifali Sharma. She says, does social intelligence impact how we perceive others?
yes,
Empathetic behavior
absolutely.
towards us.
Absolutely. Great question. Does social intelligence impact how we pursue others' empathic behaviors towards us? Yes, it does. Because you can say, as I said earlier in the program, that 71% of millennials think that people want to take advantage of them. So when I'm showing my empathic, compassionate behavior, most people will think, what does he want from me? What is he up to? What is going on? Is that
Yeah.
so? This is the lack of trust. So I'm a very happy person,
Okay.
often misunderstood by people. I'm engaging. Wow, Nousheen, your lipstick is absolutely beautiful. I love the way your hair is done today. And you may think I have a hidden agenda.
No, not really. I will think
You
that
will not.
you want me to be happy.
Yes. But some people will think that I have a hidden agenda if I'm doing that.
Okay.
Uh, Again, I can refer to Denmark. If two people, a woman and a man, goes for a bar, they don't know each other, and the guy is buying a beer for the woman, he has an expectation of more,
Okay.
which may not be at all. The woman who received the beer is just having a good company. So
Yeah.
here, you can say that's not that was a maybe a bad example, but I want you to be happy. I love you smile. When you smile, I'm 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 having a good time. So that's why I do what I do, but it's often misunderstood, especially by
Yeah.
females. So yes, because of the culture, because of the way we're brought up, happy people or positive people can be misunderstood. When I
Yeah.
go for a company and say, you know what, I really want to do a difference in your company, you don't know me, so I'm going to give your leadership a free session of 90 minutes. They don't necessarily accept.
Yes. Samina is saying
Yes,
yes. It is in many
yes,
cases. Yes.
and,
And
and, and
and like Fleming said, it's usually because of cultural connotations, because
yes,
people are raised to believe some behaviors to be
yeah,
interpreted in a certain way, so they misunderstand kindness.
yeah, because the bad example is setting the agenda. Can you follow what I'm saying? There may
Yeah.
be, I don't know how many percent who is doing this, and they are awful. It's like, in Denmark, when we had all the East European under the building boom in the 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12, we had all the bad examples coming because all the good examples from the country was occupied by workers. All the people who couldn't get work in the country came to Denmark and destroyed the impression of their nation. So we have bad people here on social media also acting and doing stupid things, which is destroying everything. So I have the worst example that in Denmark I'm wearing a wedding ring. I'm not married, but when I'm in Denmark, I'm always wearing a wedding ring
Why
because
do you do that? You're
because
not
that
married.
takes that takes away some of the, you can say, barriers from other people.
Oh, okay. So it helps you.
It helps to engage easier. Good.
I
So
got it.
yes, to be empathic, to be compassionate can often be misunderstood.
All right.
Any
Thank you
other
so much,
questions?
Fleming. Yeah,
Yes.
we are not receiving any more questions, and I would like to wind up today's episode now. We've been online for more than an
Yeah, yeah,
hour,
yeah.
and we
That's
had a
good.
great
Happy
discussion.
Christmas. Happy Christmas. It's not
Merry
happy.
Christmas to everybody,
Merry
and we
Christmas.
want
Happy.
all
Yeah.
our friends who are on a holiday to enjoy their holidays the most. And
See,
remember
yes.
us in their celebrations. Do share with us the wonderful moments that you're enjoying with your friends and family. And we will see you next Tuesday again on the show. And we will talk about, what do you say, Fleming? What are we going to talk about next week?
Leadership, positional to permission to result, but we will focus on, you can say, people development.
People development. Okay, great.
Yes, because
Great.
this is the fourth level of leadership, according to Patrick Lencioni, according to Jim Collins, according to John Maxwell. And that's actually where we want to see leaders to be on the fourth level, which is people development. That's where we're
Right.
engaging with our, you can say, social intelligence and spiritual intelligence
Yeah.
and our IQ, our EQ, and our PQ, physical,
Yes.
emotional, and mental intelligence. So we are taking away the social intelligence, maybe, depending on where in the world you're coming from,
Yeah.
and then we are combining the other part, which is people development. The part is that when I found, and that's what the part is, when I'm mentoring and a thinking partner, I grow, you grow. So if I want to grow as a leader, I need to develop people. That's because people development is a two-way street. I grow, you grow.
Yeah.
So I need to have a lot of courage. But the reason I want to grow as a leader is that I get ready for the next step. Because leadership is a step.
True.
And one of my friends in Denmark was in the largest, you can say, Care 4. It's not called Care 4 in Denmark. Back 30 years ago, we studied together. We were just people on the ground. And he ended up being the CEO of the organization, like Care 4,
Okay.
CEO of Care 4, you could say so.
Right.
So this is where we can grow in an organization. Good, fine.
All right. Thank you so much. We will see you next week again, Fleming. And
Yes,
everybody
Merry Christmas.
have a good day, and Merry Christmas to all of you.
Yes.